Good morning, children. You all have done very well in mock test paper and in PT1. So, congratulations to you. Okay, so now let's resume with our syllabus. So, what do you see here? Very right. So, wind, you can see that how the trees are just shaking. Okay, so here just we can see it's a wind. Our next poem is Wind. So let's read about the poet. Chinnaswamy Subramaniam Bharati, also known as Bharatiyar, was a Tamil writer, poet, journalist, Indian independence activist, and a social reformer from Tamil Nadu. Properly known as Mahakavi Bharati, he was a pioneer of modern Tamil poetry and is considered one of the greatest Tamil literary figures of all times. Subramaniam Bharati has drawn the living picture of wind, which makes fun of the weak people or things. So here we just come to know that the poet had just drawn the picture of wind, that how the wind is so much powerful, okay, and how it make fun of the weak people. So wind is very powerful. So what happens to the weak? That we are going to learn in this poem. The poet teaches us how we should stand against our oppressors. Okay, so this teaches us that how we should stand, how we should face all the difficulties of life. Okay, here the very present example we have that during this coronavirus, in this pandemic, okay, how we are just facing this challenge. Okay, so this is a very good example that whatever may come, but we should not surrender, we should not give up. In fact, we should fight for it. So the same lesson the poet is just teaching us and how we should stand against the powerful things. So let's first of all read the poem Wind by Subramaniam Bharati. Wind, come softly, don't break the shutters of the windows. Don't scatter the papers. Don't throw down the books on the shelf. There, look what you did. You threw them all down. You tore the pages of the books. You brought rain again. You are very clever at poking fun at weaklings. So here I have just shown the picture that how the what happens when the wind comes, the papers just scatter, and this is the you can see that the window is there and it has a shutter through which we can close it. So what he says that wind comes softly. What he says that wind don't come so harshly, come very softly, come very subtle, okay, come very calmly. Don't break the shutters of the windows. When the wind comes, what happens? The shutters of the windows break and it opens, okay. So he says that don't break the shutters of the window, don't scatter the papers. So what happens when when the wind comes? It just scatter the papers. Don't throw down the books on the shelf. There, look what you did. He says to the wind, just look what you have done. You have just broken the shutters of the window. You have scattered the pages, and not only this much, but you have thrown down the books which were on the shelf. Okay. So he says that please look here what you have done. You tore the pages of the books. You brought rain again. You are very clever and poking fun of weaklings. He says that what you have done, you have just you have brought destruction. So he says that you have just brought the rain again, and you are very clever. Yes, the wind is very clever. Why? Because it poking fun at weaklings. So it just make fun at the weak people because he is very strong. What happens? The creepers, the small plants, they all just destroy. Okay, so he says that you make fun of the weak people. Frail crumbling houses. Crumbling is the weak, about to break. Houses. Crumbling doors, crumbling rafters, crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, crumbling lives, crumbling hearts. The wind god winnows and crushes them all. So what he says that you have broken all the things, the weak things, the friggle, the weak thing, the weak houses, the hut you may say, the and the crumbling doors, the weak doors, the crumbling rafters. Rafter is a beam on the roof. So he says that the weak things, you have broken all the weak things, the weak house, the crumbling rafters, wood, living being, bodies, life, heart, everything you have broken. So what does it mean? That the one who is weak cannot face the powerful thing. And that's why the powerful wind is very happy. He says that yes, he is a powerful, okay? And that's why what he says, the poet says that you have destroyed everything. The one who is very weak had just surrender. Okay? The wind god winnows and crushes them all. So here is the winnowing. This you might be knowing. See the picture here that how the ladies are just winnowing. Winnow means you might be knowing that the grains are just separate from the chaff. Okay, so he says that in the same way, the wind god winnows by this. The wind god, what the wind god does by this, it just separates the weak people from the strong. Okay, and crushes them. So those who are weak, they are crushed, they are not able to face the powerful wind, so they are just crushed. Okay, so here again I'm just going to explain you once again. See here, let's start once again. Wind comes softly, don't break the shutters of the windows, don't scatter the papers, don't throw down the books on the shelf. There, look what you did, you threw them all down. You tore the pages of the books. You brought rain again. You are very clever at poking at weaklings. So you're poking fun, making fun of something. And weaklings, a person who is very weak. So what the poet says here? The poet is talking to the wind. Okay. So here it can be personification because we have done in figure of speech. When it is simile, that means there is a direct comparison between two things. When we have as or like. Metaphor, comparison is there, but there is no direct comparison. You won't find as or like. Personification, when any inanimate object is given the human quality. So wind is a inanimate object, non-living thing. So the poet has given the quality of talking. The poet is talking to the wind. So the poet is talking to the wind. He asks the wind to come softly. So what he says to the wind, don't come so powerfully in a very destructive mood. Come very softly. So he is saying that the wind should not be very strong and loud. It should be soft and subtle. Okay. Then he says that the wind is very powerful. It is very destructive. I have already told you that the wind is very powerful. The one who is very weak get crushed. Okay, they are destroyed. It breaks the shutters of windows and scatters the papers. When the wind is very powerful, all the books which are kept on the shelf fall down. The papers are scattered. The books which are kept on the shelf, they are just fall down. So here the poet is describing the power of the wind. So in the first stanza, what we come to know? That how powerful is the wind. Then he says to the wind to look at the destruction that it had done. So he says that look at the destruction what you have done. So what the destruction has been done by the wind. What it does? Very good. It has just crumbled. It has just broken the houses. Okay, and it has just crumbled the rafters, wood, living being, bodies, many things. Those who are weak, they are just crushed. They are just destroyed. They are not able to stand against the powerful wind. Then he says to the wind to look at the destruction that it had done. whenever there is a strong wind, all the things that are weak, they are get scared, and then they can even fall and get hurt. So he says that those who are weak, they are just surrendered, they crush this that. So in this, we can take the example of this pandemic also. So we are not going to afraid of this pandemic. In fact, we are going to become very strong. Okay, though corona is very powerful, but we are not less than it. We are going to just challenge this. We are going to just face this. In the same way, he just talks about the wind. So what he says here, frail crumbling houses, crumbling doors, crumbling rafters, crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, crumbling lives, crumbling hearts. Crumbling, falling or to cause something to break. It's about to fall. A rafter, sloping beam which support the roof of the building. So it's a sloping beam which supports the roof of the building. So here what he says, here the word crumbling is repeated so many times to lay stress that everything crumbles in the face of a strong wind. So he says, this is which figure of speech it is? It is repetition. Crumbling, crumbling, crumbling is repeated. So which figure of speech it is? It is repetition. R-E-P-E-T-I-T-I-O-N. Okay. So this is repetition. So he says that why the poet has repeated so many times. It has repeated so many times to just make the reader realize that really the wind is very powerful. So the poet is saying that when wind is very powerful, it is very strong, it leads to breakage of everything. It had just broken everything. Houses which are weak fall, doors which are weak fall, the beams on which the roof of the buildings are supported, they also fall. All the wooden structures, what are we made of the wooden structures, okay, they also fall. All bodies of people fall. Those who are weak at heart, they also fall, they also die. Animals, lives, heart, so many things. So he says that this only destruction. The first stanza, what we have read, only destruction, destruction caused by the wind. So he's saying that everything crumbles, everything that is weak reacts by falling down and breaking in the face of adversity. So the one who is powerful can stand, but the wind is more powerful. So whatever is weak is just crushed, crumble, fall down, destroy. So he says that the wind is more powerful. So here what he says, the wind god winnows and crushes them all. Is very important, children. Okay, it's very important. Winnows to broke grain free of chaff, separate green from husk by blowing on it. I have shown the picture that how the ladies were just separating the grains from the husk. Okay, so the poet is addressing to wind as wind god. So what he says that the wind is a wind god, and he is saying that the powerful god of wind winnows. That means he shifts all the people, and thus people who are weak fall down and get crushed. So he says that the god indirectly says that this is a wind god who just winnows. What it winnows? The strong are the grains. The strong people are the, it just compared with the grains, and the husk. Okay, those who are weak, they just flow, they just die. So here a comparison is made between wheat and people. Just like we winnow the wheat to separate the grain from chaff, the wind god separates the strong people from the weak people. Okay, when there is a strong wind, all the things that are weak fall and get crushed. Okay, so I hope that this much is very much clear to you. I have already told you that that how, let me sum up once again. In this poem till now what we have read, that the wind is very powerful. The one who is weak cannot stand against the wind or against the powerful person. So we say that what are the effects of it, what are the impact of wind? It crushes everything which are weak. So many things are weak. Books just fall down, papers scatter, shutters of the door were just broken. Okay, and what it says that it had just crumbled the houses, rafters, and bodies, heart, and everything. So he says that the wind is compared with the wind god. Okay, so he says that this wind god, what it does, it had just chaff. It had sorry, it just winnows so that it can separate the strong people from the weak people. I think it's very much clear to you, children. So if you have any doubt, we will just discuss in our live class. Okay, thank you.